Good morning and welcome to A Positive Pause with Paula. This morning, family, I want to talk about something that I am so grateful for. I'm going to share with you how I came up, how I grew up. I grew up in a neighborhood. How about that, family? I know a lot of you can relate to that. That's right. Growing up in a neighborhood. Everybody on the block knew each other, not only on the block, but in the whole area, because we all went to school together. And speaking of school, we walked to school. Our parents worked, so they couldn't drive us to school. Some of our parents didn't have cars. So as we walked to school, like the Pied Piper, we would be picking up kids all along the way, playing and having fun. A neighborhood family. At lunchtime, some of the kids would stay in the lunchroom because they brought their lunch. Other kids would go home for lunch. I was one of those kids who would do both sometimes. I would stay, sometimes I would go home for lunch. After school, same thing, family. Everybody would be running, walking home together, going to their respective houses. And it wouldn't fail soon as we got home, because I am the oldest of three. I have two younger brothers, and my father worked. My mom passed when I was 6, so grandma was in the house preparing meals, getting us up for school until my father came home. So when we came home from school, we had chores to do. But without fail, shortly after we got home, the doorbell would ring, and those friends would be asking if we could come out and play. My grandmother would always say, "These children got chores to do. They'll be out after they get through." Close the door and come back in the house and tell us, "Ain't them children got chores to do?" Special memories, family, special memories. A neighborhood. In the summertime, we would all play together. Remember the alleys? Back then, alleys were clean because families had garages and they would pull up through the alley and park the cars in their respective garages. Now, in the summertime, alleys could also be used to play baseball. Sports were always on in my house, and I loved sports, and I still do. So we would play baseball. A lot of times it would be myself and another girl. We would be the only two. And as we played baseball, sometimes the boys would hit the ball all the way down the alley. And my girlfriend would run and get that ball, and she could throw you out. She had a great hand. What special memories. Hey, family, remember playing running bases? What about jump rope? Riding our bikes. I mean, that was so much fun. Everybody would get together and ride their bikes. And our parents would even let us ride our bikes at night because they knew we would all be together and we would all watch out for each other. Special, special memories about the neighborhood. Now, these days, I hear it's called what? The hood. How about that, family? Nobody knows each other. And you better not say anything to the kids. Now, in the neighborhood, if your neighbors saw you doing something wrong, they would say something to you and tell your parents. So when you got home, you had some answering to do, but not in the hood. You're afraid to even talk to your neighbors. Do you even know their names? Tempers flare suddenly in the hood. People. Nobody knows each other. Nobody even wants to know each other. You can't live in this world by yourself. You need each other. We need each other. I miss the neighborhood. Are we ever going to get back to that? And I know there are still some neighborhoods, but I just had to come on and just reflect on my experience growing up in a neighborhood versus the hood. Drop me a comment below and let me know what you think about the neighborhood versus the hood. Do you have some fond memories of your neighborhood? Do you still keep in touch with people in your neighborhood? I'd like to know. Thank you for tuning in, but join me next time for a positive pause with Paula. May God continue to bless you. Peace and love always.